I'm grateful to you guys because I learned a lot in this class. I don't make any more mistakes. I would recommend to take the class because it's really worth it. And if you want something, but if you don't have the money, you gotta start working right now, basically. What do you mean? Like, I don't understand. Like, what do you mean? Like, my problem, I started. That's the thing. The most important is talking on the phone. I get a lot nervous when I talk on the phone. In English though. In Spanish, I started a little bit, not as much as in English, but I have it under control, I think, in Spanish. But in English, yeah, no, I can't talk. Okay, so when I'm in school, I want to talk to some teachers, and I don't know, before I want to talk, I get nervous and I stop talking. But normally in the house, I don't stutter a lot, cause like I know my brothers, my parents, they call me when they call me that doesn't happen usually, cause I don't know, this year so far. This year they haven't called me yet, like for real. It's been like a month since school started, so I haven't talked about. I don't remember. I think it was in here. I think it was in Peru. I was scared to talk to my teachers. I don't know why. I can't remember. I was scared. Like I didn't usually talk to my teachers in Peru. I don't know why. Like I had a talk, but I wanted to say something else, but like I had to subject to the word. So I didn't say like I didn't say what I wanted to say. I had to say something else. Or sometimes I say, when they ask me a question, I say I don't know, cause I actually know, but I say I don't know. It was last year. I lost my book. When I went to get it, I asked the teacher if he saw like my English, my Japanese book, but I couldn't say the word Japanese. That's why I left the room, and I told the teacher, no, I don't think it's in here, so I'm just go. No, because I was taking, like every year I take, I have to take a language class, but I didn't really like it. I didn't even learn nothing in Japanese. I didn't like it. Now this year I'm learning Spanish. I'm taking Spanish. Yeah, it's the same thing. So it's easier. I wanted to learn, but I thought it was too hard, Japanese. So I didn't like it. It was too hard. I just didn't want to learn it. My expectations for this class is that when I finish the 3-day program, I'll be able to talk to my any stranger, to my teachers, to my coach. I will be able to express myself to them, to tell them what I want to say, what I really want to say, and not just stay shy maybe in my classes. And I wanna make more friends. But sometimes when I wanna like introduce me to them, it's a little complicated. So I wanna be able to meet new friends.
Let's begin our class. What questions for your teachers do you have?
I don't think I have any questions, because last time I think that I already told you all the questions.
Okay, then Patrick, listen careful what you're gonna be doing today and what our program is about.
So our program is very simple. It's like a physical training. Everything you are going to do today is to train your muscles.
So you possibly do play some sports, and if you do, then it's not going to be anything new for you. Because if you do something incorrectly, it is not a disease.
If you look around and note what people use to speak.
Then you will see that everyone speaks with the same organ, their tongue, and as outside continuation of the tongue, the bottom lip. Okay?
People don't move anything else.
But the tongue and the bottom lip.
Note, if a human's tongue gets cut off, then no matter what he would be doing after that, what he would be training, how smart he would be, and what cure he would be getting, he will never be able to speak again without the tongue.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
So know that people walk by moving their legs, they write moving their hand, and they speak moving their tongue, nothing else.
However, Patrick, over the 20 years of my work, I have not seen one stutterer who would know that people speak with their tongues.
I have never met even one stutterer who would understand that speech is a simple movement of his tongue. So you have probably heard people told you that stutterers need to cure something, that they need to cure some kind of a disease, that they have something wrong medically, right? And they have to cure. So I have one simple question for you. Have you ever had any disease of your tongue? Was it ever sick, your tongue?
No.
So if you have never had any diseases in your tongue, then what do people who stutter cure? What are they attempting to cure for sometimes whole lives?
Have you ever attempted to cure your stuttering?
I attempted, but I just like learning new vocabulary over and over, but it didn't work.
So learning new vocabulary means you are learning it using your memory. It is exactly the same how people learn the lyrics of the song, and they sing it all the time. But the question is, will you be able to sing this song in exactly the same way how a professional singer sings it?
Nothing.
This is why, Patrick, everything you have above your eyebrows, from here to here, is your memory, your fantasy, your thoughts. It is all theory. It's good, but it's all theory.
And everything below your eyebrows are your muscles. We call these muscles our body. So what we have above our eyebrows is our mind, and everything below them is our body. In your mind, can you imagine, visualize how athletes do a backflip, a somersault? Have you seen how people do this?
Yeah, I've seen how people do it, but
Can you imagine it?
imagine it.
Yeah, imagine, visualize how people do it.
Okay, yes, I can.
But can you do a backflip with your body? You've seen it, you know how to do it. Can you do this backflip now?
I wouldn't be able to do that.
Okay, no, okay. Or another example, can you imagine how you can do 30 times push-ups? Can you imagine it?
Yes.
Can you do it 30 times, really, with your muscles?
Not 30 times. I don't do 30 times. Like I guess I can do 2 maybe.
This is what the difference is between our mind and the actual abilities of our muscles.
So above the brain is theory, what we can visualize. Below the eyebrows, it's what we really can do.
So we use both or just the part under?
Yes, both, but this part can exaggerate a lot.
Because in your head, you can even imagine that you're a Superman. You're flying around the world as a Superman. And you may even attempt to fly of the skyscraper. But we know what you're gonna end up for your muscles. What's gonna happen with your muscles?
This is why in the Etalon classroom, we're not dealing much with fantasies above our eyebrows. Stutterers keep so many of them up there. They all have such rich imagination.
They believe they are very smart and they have a lot of fantasies. They know so much. They believe they know everything and about anything. They know everything. People who stutter.
But their problem is that they cannot do anything with their muscles.
After the program, I went outside with my brother and some friends. We went to play soccer and then we just went to the store and buy some things like water, Gatorade. And yeah, I was talking to my friends about the training, about the school, about the program.
How did it go?
It went pretty well.
So, were you still making mistakes at times?
No, I don't think I did any mistakes. So when I got home, I made a phone call to the barber. It went well too. I had to call like 10 numbers because most of them didn't answer the phone. So only 2 people answered the phone.
And you talked to them about anything you wanted?
I told them about that I wanted to make an appointment
And?
for a haircut.
And what did they say?
They asked me what time. I told them, and yes, that's pretty much.
So, were you pleased with the result?
Yes.
Good job.
Tabby, table, tablecloth, tablespoon, panic, panorama, pan, panther, panties, pantry, pawpaw.
Okay, can you grade your reading of these words that used to be difficult?
I would say 100.
100%, of course. You're doing Etalon. Good job.
The boy's name was Santiago. Dusk was falling as the boy arrived with his herd at an abandoned church. The roof had fallen in long ago, and an enormous sycamore had grown on the spot. The boy's name was Santiago, and he had a sheep, a crowd of sheep. He was during the night in an abandoned church with his sheep.
What's your grade for reading?
99.
Okay, what were your mistakes if it's 99? What was that 1% that you made a mistake in?
It was just a new word that I didn't know how to pronounce.
But did you read it with no problem?
Yeah, I was able.
So, did you make any mistakes?
Other than that, no.
You didn't know the word. That was a new word. But did you still read it with no problem?
Yeah,
Did you make any mistakes?
no. Yeah.
What was the grade?
100?
Yes, 100%. In terms of recalling, when you were speaking, did you make a speaking mistake?
No.
What was your grade?
100. I see a lady talking on the phone and a teammate. She seems happy because she did something. The cops are coming. They're looking for a lady named Milagros.
Tell me if you made any mistakes in any parts of your TV commentary.
No. No.
Where is your smile?
A plus.
A plus.
I remember this problem started when I was in Peru, and when I got here, it got worse. And that's when I noticed that I needed to do something to fix it. I had to do presentations, and I noticed that I was repeating the same word over and over. And yeah, I think my teacher told me something about it. Last year, I had to present like every week, basically, every 2 weeks, because it's a mass communication class. So I had to speak often,
Okay.
and that was a problem. It was challenging at that beginning, but then I started to put time and effort in practicing. I was practicing a lot. I stayed during the night practicing and practicing, especially my accent and my body language, because she was saying that to be a good speaker, you need to have a great body language,
Really?
a great posture, great eye contact, and all that.
With your knowledge of Etalon science, do you really need to have a great eye contact, great posture, and all of this to speak correctly?
No, I don't think. In public speaking, I think yes. When you talk to a whole crowd,
In order to speak, you need to train what part of your body?
the tongue. I was trying to imitate a person. I would change the way that I speak.
What kind of a person would you imitate?
The best speakers in the world.
You imitated good speakers, and what happened after that?
I was starting to do better presentations. My teacher told me about it. And then it wasn't that difficult as I thought at that beginning. It also helped me for my other classes because I didn't have any more fear, let's say, for speaking. I was used to it because, I had a talk like every 2 weeks, every often. So I had like experience, so I didn't have any problems.
Very good. But what happened? Why you still decided to take this class then, if it helped you?
Because of my teachers and some strangers. I wanted to be able to talk to them without stopping myself. Public speaking takes preparation. So if you prepare yourself, it's easier. But when you want to talk to a stranger, to your teacher, you don't take 2 days to prepare. You just gotta do it.
Prefer me presenting a prepared speech and speaking from your memory without preparation. You now know that these are two totally different skills. So you did learn public speaking, some good things about it, but you never learned how to speak without preparation from your memory, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
I was doing good in my other classes, but I still couldn't express to myself, to teachers or other people. I would usually stop myself when I try to say something. As for example, when I lost my Chromebook, so I went to go get it and I couldn't find it. So my teachers told me to ask the security guards, but I didn't feel like asking them. So I waited 2 days to encourage myself to tell them to ask them. And then I found it. In 2 years, I was going to go to college, and there you had to be active. You had to talk a lot to your professors, to ask a question, which I couldn't do, in fact. So that's when I thought I had to start speaking well. It was a year ago. I was looking videos on YouTube and I found you. You were actually on the news.
Stuttering is not neurological, it is not genetic, and it is not a medical condition that requires a cure.
So I was like, yeah. I was interested in knowing you, knowing your method.
Oh, that's right, you're in New Jersey, right? Are you in New Jersey?
Yes.
That's where I went, to the
Yeah.
news channel. Okay, 12 for half. Did you see the news channel when it was running, or you just saw the recording of it?
On YouTube,
On YouTube.
the recording, yes. And
Okay.
then I went to your website to research the information that you had. And then I decided to take the program in a later future because I didn't have the money back then, a year ago. And I didn't tell my mom last year. I told her this year about the program.
So what did your mom say when you first told her?
She didn't believe me. She thought it was a scam, like everyone, every parent.
Right. Okay, when did she change her mind?
I kept begging her, to be honest.
But did she
Very
see any videos herself?
No.
She
I
didn't.
told her to watch videos. I told her, but I'm not sure if she saw the videos.
I see. So tell me, did you talk to your mom already? After the program, basically.
Yes.
After 2 days. What did she say?
Honestly, she didn't say nothing because in Spanish, I was able to control it, so I didn't have any problems in Spanish while I was talking to my mom.
So you are telling me that when you were talking in Spanish, you were talking without mistakes?
Sometimes it was hard to notice. I barely made a mistake in
Because you
Spanish.
didn't know there were mistakes. You were
Exactly.
repeating over and over and over. I heard it when you talked to your mom. Repetition was just the way of speaking for you. And you didn't know.
She didn't notice because she also repeats.
I know. Because no one teaches us how to speak. It's not a subject in our school.
I thought first that this was like a disease that it had to be cured. So I hope my expectations were that after the program, I was gonna be cured. The first day you told me, and Roman told me that it's not a disease, it's a skill.
Yep. Do you understand it now?
Yes.
Of course.
Those were my expectations before the program to cure my stuttering.
So you wanted to have a miracle pill. Take it. Oh, I'm cured. I know how to speak, right?
I thought it was like that for 3 days.
Right? So, is there still work ahead of you? Is there?
Yes, I have to learn new words.
Because we cannot speak without knowing words, right?
Yeah,
How many years have you been speaking English?
it's gonna be 5 years.
So it's not even 5 years yet. And you attempted to run in your speech the same way you were running in your primary language, Spanish, right?
Yeah. I have 2 plans. My first one is to be a musician because right now I'm starting to play the piano and I like it. Next one is to be a computer programmer.
Good job. But both of these jobs kind of don't require a lot of speaking. Do you see that?
They don't?
When you play piano, how much speaking do you need to do?
Well, you don't speak while you play.
Of course.
Yeah.
And when you fix computers or work with a computer, how much speaking do you need to do?
Not much.
So that were your 2 plans based on your difficulty. You still didn't know how to speak. Speech wasn't your preferred activity, right?
It wasn't. Yeah.
It may change now, okay? Because you can do anything. You can become a public speaker, an actor, you can become a politician, you can become a teacher, anything you want.
I think it was very intensive the whole time and very tiring, to be honest, because 7 hours the first day and then 5 hours the next day. But it's still worth it, so honestly, because you learn new things, you learn a lot. I didn't know many things in this class, and I started learning since the first day. I would recommend to take the class because it's really worth it. And if you want something, if you don't have the money, you gotta start working right now, basically.
Thank you for these words. For 17-year-old, you are a very wise man. If you want something, then stop relying on someone else. Start your own actions. You want it. Why expect someone to do the work for you? Because every time you ask for something free, it means that you are expecting someone to do the work for you. Why? What's so special about you? If there is something special, then show it. Go work. Most of people who stutter are men. You guys have muscles. You have strong, young bodies. Go out there, get a job. Begin lifting heavy objects. Begin doing physical work instead of maybe playing soccer. Do the gym at work. It's hard.
Well, in my case, I didn't have to work, but I will after the class
Yes,
next year.
of course. Because, and I always tell to every student, if your parents have helped you, you are lucky to have such a support, but you gotta pay back. It's
Yeah.
not free money.
It's not.
It will never work if you don't pay back. You have to.
I want to thank my mom because she was the one that actually hurt me when I told her. My dad was like, nah, can't do this. It's a scam.
You
My
know,
mom thought the same thing, but I kept begging her, and then she decided to do the program. I'm grateful to you guys because I learned a lot in this class. I don't make any more mistakes.
thank you again for being a good, humble, and diligent student, and I wish you a lot of success in your continuing speech education, in becoming a speech master.